Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbana zidna ilma. Allahumma faqihna fid din. Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a wa rizqan tayyiba wa amalan mutaqabbala. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. So here we are with our session number 116. And let's start with a quick review, inshallah, and see how much you have retained of the information that was given to you in our last session. Bismillah. So let's start. Family 1 is subdivided into the following number of abwab. So are there 2, 3, 4, or 6 abwab in family number 1? Or it's only one, just like taf'il or barakallahu feek. So everyone remembers that there are 6 further bab that are going to be seen in case of family number 1. So instead of just learning one bab, we are going to learn 6 abwab, just like the tribes of Quraysh. Quraysh is one big tribe and it has many other tribes under one umbrella. Similarly, family 1 is further subclassified into 6 abwab. Okay. The most common family in Quran is family 2, family 10, family 1. Barakallahu feek. Every other word you are going to see, you are going to come across, you will see most common family in Quran, family number 1. And let's see how many words we have. So if we look at the word count and the types of families, and you see the quick breakdown, you can see here how many words are from family number 1, form 1. Can you see? Can you all see my slide? So there are almost more than 12,000 words that you are going to see in Quran from this family. So is it important to learn this family seriously or no? It is very important that we know what this family is all about, right? So Bismillah. So the letter which determines the bab in the family 1, which is the king of family 1, you are just going to tell me that. So Ainul Kalima is the king in case of family number 1. Everyone agrees on that. If Fail Madin spells as Fa'ala, if Fail Madin spells as Fa'ala with Ain Maftuha, which means Ain with Fatha, the options are Bab Nasara, Daraba, Sami'a, Fataha, Hasiba, Karuma. There are 3 options. I see an answer there that I'm going to start determining the correct bab by using 3 abwab first. I'm going to select 3 abwab, and among those 3 I will include Nasara, I will include Daraba, and I'm going to include Fataha. Barakallahu feek, my dear sisters. Everyone, I think, got this point, that whenever you're going to see in Quran a word that spells like Fa'ala, like Nasara, Daraba, or Fataha, these 3 should come to your mind. The exact family is usually, it's going to be determined by a dictionary. However, the educational guess you can make by knowing how you are learning right now. Okay, so Babe Noon, Babe Dod, and Babe Fa. If your Fail Madin spells as Fa'ula, what are the options? Karuma. Only one option. 1 or 2 options or 3 options. Or am I missing something? Only one option, right, Aisha? I'm just going to select one option from all these 6. I'm just going to select one, and that one is going to be Karuma family, right? Bab Karuma or Babe Kaf. If Fail Madin has Ainul Kalima Maksur or Maksura, if Ainul Kalima is Maksura, what are the 2 options? The 2 options are going to be, when you see Ainul Kalima that has a kasra on it, either Sami'a or Hasiba. Barakallahu feek, right? So everyone, is with me so far? Among the three families, three options, Nasara, Daraba, or Fataha, which one to pick? You sometimes may have to use dictionary. Otherwise, we most probably can make an intelligent guess, because of how you are going to see words in Quran. If you see a word Nasara in Quran, you see Yansuru as well, so this is from Babi Noon. I'm just going to pick Babi Noon. If you see Qatala and that Yaktulu is going to be my mudare, then this is also coming from Bab Nasara, right? Okay. No, Fariha, it can be Fariha too, but Fariha, Samia is the same. Okay, the same. But usually, we use Samia. Okay, you can use Fariha too. Some books may use Fariha too. Okay. Yes, since Babi Noon is most common, you will say that, it is most probably going to be Nasara. And you will, when you see Quran and you are reading Quran on an everyday basis, you will know that you will be able to determine most of the words and their families pretty easily, inshallah. Okay? But I don't want you to have very high hopes. I want you to have some intellectual humility while you're determining and learning these families, because nobody can tell you for sure that this is going to be definitely this family. No, I may teach you 100 rules, but there may be something that you may need to still consult dictionary to determine the right family. Okay? So I just want you to know that there is something called dictionary that, inshallah, after we are done with our basic and advanced, and in between that we will learn how to go refer to dictionary and look at dictionary. But you should know that your guess may be wrong. Okay, it may not always work the way we want it to work. And this hasiba should be with one kasra. By mistake, I think I put two kasratain here, and so I will correct that. Okay, now let's see here. What else do we have? Okay, now I have some questions from Nahu that we did the other day. Okay, if you are seeing a verse from Ali Imran, وَمَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيُضِيعَ إِيمَانَكُمْ, Li, what is the name for this Li? Is this, you are seeing a mudare mansoob after it? Okay. Barakallahu fi to those who are saying that this is Jahud. Ma kana. Did you notice ma kana? And because I searched, I put my search engine ma kana, so it is there, ma kana. If you see ma kana, my dear sisters, you are going to call lamul jahud, the lam of denying, the lam of strong denial. Okay, juhud means to deny. Okay, here وَمَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيُضِيعَ, and Allah would not be the one to waste imanakum, your faith. Do you see any so that here in the meaning? Remember when we were learning lamu ta'alil, it is translated as so that. It is translated the same way as kai is translated. However, when I say, and Allah would not be the one to waste your faith, do I use never or do I use so that? Which one am I using? I am actually strongly, I know that this verse is about strong denial of something, right? So we have to make sure that whatever we is presented to us and the clues that are given to us, we use them. Okay, and this was the topic was just introduced to you, so that is why we are doing the review, so that we are all on the same page and we understand and we are able to retain all the information, right? So when you see makana or lam yakun and you see li after it, it is not giving you the reason. It is there for a strong denial. If you all agree, type 1. Yeah. So here, this ma kana Allahu liyudi'a lam is lamul jahud, the lam of strong denial. Okay. Juhud means to strongly deny something. Okay. So now, ma kana Allahu liyazara. What do we see here after li? Same. It is the same li. Do you agree that this is the same li? Again, ma kana Allahu liyutli'akum. Liyutli'akum. So again, you are not going to call it ta'lil. What are you going to call it? Lamul jahud, right? Lamul jahud. If you see here, I kept it on purpose so that, in case we need it, we have it handy. So lamul jahud. So seen after the following two cases. Lam yakun, ma kana. Lamul jahud. Ha. Okay? Not ha. Everyone got it? Okay. Now let's see here. Now I'm going to show you another verse, a few verses from Surah Al-Kahf. Okay. Alhamdulillahi allazi anzala ala abdihi al-kitaba wa lam yaj'al lahu iwaja qayyiman liyunzira. Now, what is this li? What do you think is the type of li? How will you translate this one? So that yunzira, he warns, ba'san shadidan, a strong, ba'as is coming. So he's giving you a strong and a warning of a strong ba'as that is to come. Okay. So this li is going to be lamu ta'alil. Make sense or no sense? And you don't see any ma kana. You don't see any lam yakun. So you don't need to worry about lamul jahud anymore. Is it easy now? Or it's still confusing? You're not seeing ma kana, you're not seeing lam yakun. So you are not, there's no extreme denial. Here, this li is to tell you why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent upon his slave the book. Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent down this book, so that this book warns you. It's a book of warning as well as the book of good news, isn't it? So it's giving you the reason why is this book sent down upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's slave, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. No, it's ha. Ha for halwa. Halwe wali ha. Yes. Jahud or juhud. Here, if you can see the spellings, jahud. Right? Okay. So now, the next thing is, can this wow be vowel ma'ayya? The wow that follows something. Can this be vowel ma'ayya? Why? Yes, it is not. It is not. Barakallahu fi. It is simple atf wow. But what help you? Do you see any liyunzira ba'san shadidan min ladunhu? And then comes wa yubashira. There is no amr, there is no negation, there is no talb, right? We are not asking anything, we are not expecting anything, we are not hoping for anything, we are not urging for anything. We don't see any urging here. We are not questioning anything. It's just a simple information that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving you. Not simple, it's very heavy information, but none of the 6 reasons are present. And that wow is extremely rare. Your vowel atf is the most common wow. So pick vowel atf, okay? Unless you are compelled, you see the reason for vowel ma'ayya. That will make your job very easy. When you teach a course, or inshallah, when you are going to, or for those of you who are teaching any courses, you will see that when you have to deliver knowledge, you have to, you have to be, complete as well. You cannot give half information here and there, right? So when we have to look at Quran, we have to look at the entire Quran. It's not that, if something is mentioned in Quran, that is why you are being taught that something in this course, okay? And if there is something that is standard in, Arab world, I am trying to bring it in this course. I'm trying to incorporate it in this course maybe sometimes it's very complicated, it sounds complicated, it looks complicated, it can be confusing. But if it is the part of Quran, I think it is the haqq of Quran on us that we learn it and we at least try to go over it, and we can always go back and solidify our concepts later as well. Okay, and in this class sometimes there are people who are here who have already completed their intermediate level grammar, right? So keeping everything in mind, I have tried to compile this course in a way that it is it helps each and every one of you. So and we have seen examples of Vowel Maria, and we went over them in the last session. But at the same time, don't be too bothered if you don't remember and learn each and every type of vowel. And it's going to come to you. If I have learned it, or a few sisters of yours have learned it, anyone and everyone can learn it. Okay, Allah, it's promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. So is there anyone who's going to remember? So it has been already made easy. So remember, here you're just going to call it vowel atf, and you will just go over the reasons. You will also you will see that the 7 are not present, negation, and 6 asalibu talb are not there. I am not going to call it vowel ma'iyya, right? Everyone with me so far? If you are, type 1. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so that was pretty much about your review, and let's come back and learn family number 1 again. Okay, so Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So 6 abwab: nasara yansuru, daraba yadribu, fataha yaftahu, sami'a yasma'u, hasiba yahsibu, karuma yakrumu. And then comes, how will I know which bab am I dealing with, right? So what you are going to do is you are going to learn what are the most common abwab in Quran. Number 1 is nasara, number 2 daraba, number 3 samia. Okay, if you see something with fatha, think about nasara and daraba first before going on to saying fataha. Are you with me? Though there are failun madin that is with ainul kalima maftuha. Fa'ala is for 3. Fa'ala is for 3. But you need to make sure that when you are looking at the word, you think about nasara and daraba first. If you see a word with ainul kalima maksur, that has an ainul kalima that is maksur, what is going to be your guess now that you see on the slide? You are going to think about babesin or samia, right? Babesin or samia. Your first guess should be samia. The word is from samia. And then, it can be from hasiba, but most common is really most common in Quran as well. Okay? Maksur is when you have a word. Maksur means it comes from kasra, and those are the words that we are going to talk about today. I'm going to tell you what is because they may be used very frequently from now onwards. So I will tell you what these words are about. Okay, I have a next slide right on demand, right? So it's here, maftuha. So if a letter has a fatha, you call that letter maftuha. Okay, that this letter has been fathafied. Okay, this letter has been fathafied by the presence of a fatha. Like, if a letter has a fatha, you are going to call it maftuha. If a letter has a dhamma, you can call it madmuma. Okay, madmuma. If a letter has a kasra, you call it maksura. Everyone got it? Right? Are we good? Or maksur or maksura, both. Sometimes I may say either one. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, so these are it's a small picture of the 6 abwab that you must keep in your mind. I hope by this time, in the past few days, you were able to go over the slide and you were able to memorize some. That if you have a nasara yansuru, daraba yadribu, fataha yaftahu, samia yasma'u, hasiba yahsibu, karuma yakrumu, right? And then we went over if I have ainul kalima that is maftuha, like nasara, or fa'ala, I have to, like fa'ala, I have to think about these three abwab, which are nasara, daraba, fataha. If ainul kalima is maksura, think about sami'a and hasiba. But if you have to pick between these two, which one are you going to pick? If I give a number to sami'a, sami'a is 1, hasiba is 2. So 1, right? Sami'a is going to be picked, right? Everyone is going to pick sami'a. If you have fail madin with ainul kalima, that is madmuma, then you are going to pick karuma only. That's the only choice that you have. You don't need to worry about any other family. When it comes to felun mudare, again, there are options and you have to pick from those options. When your ainul kalima is with dhamma or it is madmuma, you have, your word can be from nasara yansuru or karuma yakrumu. Okay, so what are the two options? If your word is your mudare is with dhamma, your mudare is with dhamma, you can have a word from either nasara clan or karuma clan. But if you have to make a, if you have to pick one, the first choice should be yansru. That does not mean that should be your only choice. Okay, when I say that first choice should be, it does not mean that is your only choice. But if you have to make a guess and you have no idea where the word can be from, you will pick yansuru because yansuru is more common in Quran. Okay. If your word has a fatha, in case of mudare, ainul kalima has a fatha in case of mudare, the two options are sami'a and fataha. Samia is more common than fataha, so you can, if you have to pick one, you can say samia. But there are two options. Everyone, are you getting this point, or is it not getting in? Alhamdulillah. So when you see a mudare with dhamma, think about nasara, karuma. If you see mudare with ainul kalima maftuha, think about samia, fataha. If you see ainul kalima that has a kasra or maksura, then you think about daraba and hasiba. Yadribu, yahsibu. Yadribu, daraba clan is way more common than yahsibu. So if you have to pick one, then your first choice should be daraba. So these are your first choices, right? And these are the options. These are the three options that your mudari is going to have. It can either have a dhamma. In that case, it can be from babe noon or babe kaf. If it has a fatha, the options are babe sin or babe fa. If ainul kalima is maksura, the options are babe dad or babe ha. In case of the first choice is yansuru. Yes, Ma'u is the first choice when you have to pick between these two. Yeah, yes, Ma'u is going to be the first choice. Okay. When you look at ism fa'il, it spells just like fa'ilun. Can you see that? Ism fa'il is going to spell like fa'ilun. So, nasirun, daribun, fatihun, sami'un, hasibun. Everyone got it? So 5 words, 5 clans. The first 5 clans will have ism fa'il that is going to spell exactly like fa'ilun. Ism fa'il, just like we were doing ism fa'il in case of our mazid fihi families, these above also have ism fa'il. And here, ism fa'il spells like fa'ilun, like nasirun, daribun, fatihun, sami'un, hasibun. But when it comes to Karuma clan, it is very unique in many ways. Okay? When you will look at Karuma, you will see ism fa'il spells like Karimun, and it is on the pattern of fa'ilun. What is the pattern of Karuma ism fa'il? It spells like fa'ilun. Okay, so can someone give me Ism file for karuma with root letters kaf, ba, ra. And this word is so commonly seen in Quran. Kabir, isn't it? Kabirun, fa'ilun. So, kabura, yakburu, fahuwa, kabirun. Make sense? So, in case of karuma, you are going to see a change. So please make sure you know that there is a change here, and this is on the pattern of fa'ilun. Okay. So now I'm going to go over ism maf'ul. When it comes to ism maf'ul, it is going to spell just like maf'ulun. It is going to be on the wazn of maf'ulun. So you just put your fa kalima on fa, your ain kalima on ain here, your lam kalima on lam here, and you are going to get either mansurun, madrubun, maftuhun, masmu'un, mahsubun. And what happens to karuma? Karuma is again very unique. It does not have second line. It is lazim. It does not have any majhul. It has no maf'ul either. Okay? No majhul, no maf'ul. Everyone with me? Okay. So if I show you now this slide, maksura, what do you think is the spelling? How does this word maksura is being spelled like? What do you think? Maksuratun, maksuratun, madmumatun, maftuhatun. It spells like it's a maf'ul, right? Isn't it? So the word that has been given a dhamma is called madmuma, a letter actually. Here we were talking about the letters. So the letter that has a dhamma is madmuma because a dhamma has been given to it. If a letter has been given a kasra, then it is called maksura. If a letter has been given a fatha, it is called maftuha. Okay? Maf'ul does not exist. And for karuma, you don't have any maf'ul because the second row does not exist, right? Okay. Now when it comes to fi'lul amr, can you all see here? You will use hamzatul wasl here. When you have a word yansuru and you remove from tansuru, you remove alamatul mudare. Can you pronounce the word? No, you cannot pronounce the word, right? So you have to add hamzatul wasl here, right? Hamzatul wasl here in this case. And what will be the haraka on the hamzatul wasl in case of this word? Will I put dhamma or fatha or what? I will put dhamma here, right? Third letter rule, right? Your third letter rule, remember that. We have learned it and in our term 2. So, unsur, ukrum, isma, iftah, idrib, ihsib. Can any word here have fatha? Can any hamzatul wasl have a fatha here? No, right? If you have an amr with fatha on hamzatul wasl, what comes to your mind? Family number 4, babe if'al, hamzatul qata, and that is from babe if'al. Now look at felun nahi. When you look at felun nahi, what are you seeing? It's very simple. La tansur, la takrum, la tasma, la taftah, la tadrib, la tahsib. Is this clear to each and every one of you? Again, you will, in case of felun nahi, you will look at the ainul kalima, and with ainul kalima, you will determine which bab your felun nahi is coming from. Everyone with me so far? Or am I going too fast? So, again, ainul kalima, as I've told you, it's a king here. You have to focus on ainul kalima. Don't need to focus on anything but ainul kalima. No alamatul mudare needs to be focused upon. No, alamatul mudare is going to be very plain, simple with fatha, right? In all these cases, you are seeing it with fatha. It will have a dhamma in case of majhul, but here we are seeing felun nahi, so you will just see a fatha. For yes, it will have a fatha. Yeah, sami'a yasma'u, because in past tense sami'a has a kasra on ainul kalima, but in present tense sami'a has a fatha, right? Sami'a yasma'u, right? Hasiba yahsibu, it has a kasra in both cases. Hasiba has a kasra on ainul kalima in both past tense and present tense. Like nasara has dhamma on ainul kalima in both past and present. No, sorry. Karuma has a dhamma on ainul kalima in both past and present. Okay, so like karuma has a dhamma on ainul kalima on both past and present. Hasiba has a kasra on ainul kalima in both past and present. And when it comes to fataha, as the name indicates, it has a fatha in both past and present, right? Fataha yaftahu. Both present and past tense have a fatha on ainul kalima. Is everyone with me so far? Ranas? Sister Ranas, are you there? Okay. So let's see. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. So now let's look at the zarf. Okay. I taught you in the beginning of our surf, when I was introducing you to the concept of the surf, the word morphology, I taught you ism zarf, right? There is a word zarf, and then there's a word ism zarf, right? Ism zarf is noun of place and time, right? Do you remember when I tell you Muslamun? If it is ism zarf, if it is ism zarf, how will you translate Muslamun? Translate it for me, my dear sisters. I want to see how much of you have understood that concept, and it's very important concept. Remember, aslama yuslimu, he submits. Submits. It is from submission. So submission, right? So now think about, you're getting there. I think Sister Rubin, it is just submission, right? Aslama yuslimu. So muslamun, muslamun. So from muslamun, it's a place of submission. Can you also, in case of mazid fihi, in mazid fihi, Sister Lina, can we also call it time of submission? Can it also denote time of submission as well? What do you think? In case of mazid fihi? Yeah? Yes, Aisha? Right? Time and place, right? In mazid fihi, you have one ism zarf that you have to remember and you have to deal with. And it denotes time and place. The context will tell. Barakallahu feek, my dear sister. You will look at the context. Okay, my verse is talking about this thing. This must be happening at this, either at this time or at this place. This some, and you will be, inshallah, with you, because you, most of you know the word to word, and so you will be able to figure out if your ism zarf is talking about time or talking about place. Okay, so but the word muslamun. Muslamun, if you are introduced to it as a ism zarf, it is not any place, it is not any time. Are you getting my point? It is the time of submission and a place, or a place of submission, depending on the context, right? When I give you a word like if I give you a place like something like yom, even yom, if you think about it, it is zarf zaman. But does it denote any specific action at that time? That I'm doing any specific action in the yom, or it is just yom, right? But when I say Muslamun, you you're telling me the place of submission. So it is a place where a specific act is occurring as well. So keep that concept with you for the rest of your life, because that is the most important concept. When I tell you, when I give you a word like mu'allamun, and if it is some zarf, it is the time and place of teaching. Okay, like he taught, he teaches. Allama yuallimu ta'aliman. So mu'allamun, if it is coming up as some zarf, it means it's a time and place of teaching. However, when I give you mall, or I give you a word like park, does it refer to any specific action during occurring in the park as well? Does it tell you that what happens in the park? Huh? No, it never tells you that. So if I give somebody a word like madrabun, madrabun, so what does it mean? Daraba means he hit or he struck. So it's a, when if the word is given madrabun, which is the ism zarf like, so it's a place of hitting. Huh? It's a place of hitting or the time of hitting. Make sense? Or striking. Huh? Right? So this concept, keep that in mind, that when we say ism zarf for families or mazid fihi family or mujarrad family or rubai or anything, we are talking about not only the time and place, but also talking about the specific action that occurs at that specific time and at that specific place. Okay, type 1 if everyone is with me. Yes, like mashriq, maghrib. So that this is that there's a sun setting or a sun rising. There's an action that the sun is performing, and that is why or there's a specific place where the sun sets, or from where the sun arises. So that is mashriq and maghrib are some zarf, and they tell you the timing and the place, right? If the specific action of sun setting and sun rising occurs, right? Maktabun, yeah, maktabun is, yes, absolutely, right? So maktab in Arab world, people use this word all the time. I went to maktab. So that is the place where they are doing the process of learning. So there is kataba yaktubu, they write and they learn at that place, right? Same thing, yes. So this is what you are going to go over, like this: maktabun, maf'alun. The spellings for ism zarf in family 1 are maf'alun, maf'ilun, maf'alatun. There are 3 ism zarf for family 1. So in that way, though you don't have mazid letters, but there are mazid zuruf. Like, it is mazid by me, because there are so many words that you're going to learn in family 1. So it has 3 zuruf. How many? You are going to learn 3 zuruf in case of family 1, and they are maf'alun, maf'ilun, maf'alatun. Everyone, please keep yourself muted and say it after me. Maf'alun, maf'ilun, maf'alatun. Okay? I have written here, usually if your word ainul kalima is maftuha, if it has a fatha, then zarf is probably from the mudare that has ainul kalima maftuha or madmuma. Okay, but there are exceptions, so get ready for those exceptions too. Okay, so if your mudare spells like this, maf'ilun, your chances are your mudare has ainul kalima with kasra. Everyone got this point? If you see a zarf in Quran and you see a fatha on ainul kalima, the chances are your zarf is from the family with a mudare with ainul kalima maftuha. How I have given you, and we have still not shared, I think Sister Faiza has still not uploaded the slides in Google Drive yet, and I think it may be the right move to do, to not yet upload them. But listen to this very carefully. There are exceptions, but if you have ainul kalima with fatha, it means that your zarf is probably coming from mudare that had ainul kalima with fatha or dhamma. Again, if ainul kalima in zarf, if you see a zarf that spells like maf'ilun, think about a mudare that has ainul kalima with kasra. And what are those mudare with ainul kalima with kasra? Which ones have a kasra on ainul kalima? Which are the abwab that have kasra on ainul kalima? Who remembers? Babe dod and babe ha. Barakallahu feek. Samia hasiba. Barakallahu feek. Babe sin, babe ha. Right? So they can be from these two abwab. If you see a zarf that is with a fatha on ainul kalima, think about which ones? Yaftahu, yasma'u, right? Or yansuru, or yakrumu. Okay? When you see a ism zarf that spells like maf'alatun, you should know that this is only denoting place. Makan means place. Makan means place. So maf'alatun is a zarf that is only used for place. It is not for both time and place. That is why it has been colored differently. Everything that you see in a different color, slightly different tone, know that there is a difference. Okay, it is different from the rest of the information that I'm getting. It is just a zarf makan. Okay, if you see anything that spells like maf'alatun, think about zarf makan. Okay, it is only noun of place. Everyone with me? This ta here, remember, is for hyperbole. Okay, it is for exaggeration. So the ta is denoting either there are many people who are present in this location doing an action. Okay, if I say madrabatun, that means that there are a lot of people who are doing the job of hitting in this very place. And there is lot, or it means, or it can mean, there is a lot of hitting and striking going on in this very place. So the ta is there to denote mubalagha, exaggeration, okay, hyperbole. So it can mean if you have a ta marbuta ending with a zarf which is only for makan, that there are either lot of people that are doing the action, and the action is also being done very much. Okay, it is not f. Yeah, you will treat it. Yeah, it is. Yes. So not every ta you will see, inshallah, and you will learn with me, inshallah, and you will learn otherwise as well, that not every ta is there to denote feminine gender. Okay. Yes, we have learned it. It is for tanisul word, but not every ta is going to be there to denote that this this has something to do with feminine. There are many roles of ta marbuta, and you will learn, inshallah, very soon. Okay, we are coming towards almost in the middle, or we can say we have alhamdulillah a few more classes, and you will inshallah go over those concepts as well. Okay. So here you will see this ta marbuta. Yes, it's making your word feminine. It is making your word feminine, but the purpose of ta is not to just make it feminine. This ta is lil mubalagha. It is telling you that the action happens at this place in a very at a very high frequency, and it happens very frequently, or many people are doing the action. The number of people doing the action is also a lot more. Like if I give you madrasatun, in madrasa, are there only one half is that sits? There are so many people who go there and do the job of learning, right? In madrasa, right? And they do it all the time. Most of the time, most of the days spent in doing the hifz, right? Yeah. high in quantity, quality and quantity as well. Barakallahu feek. Yes, think about it like that. So maf'alun, maf'ilun, maf'alatun. These are the spellings. And meme, meme, meme. What haraka is your meme carrying here? Focus on that as well. Fatha. So when you see meme maftuha in Quran, think about which is in addition to your root letter. Meme maftuha in Quran. Think about ism zarf from family number 1. Think about it. Okay. And you may find many ism zarf that way. Makanun, you will see that in Quran, and that will you will enjoy, and that will make your study and connection with Quran more intense. I assure you that, because sometimes people open Quran to enjoy it. Some people, for that, it is so source of pleasure for them. Okay, so may Allah make it Rabi Akalbi for all of us, inshallah. So here I have ism ala, which is an instrument that is used to do an action. Okay, in this case, my dear sisters, you are going to see a kasra on meme. Okay, can you see here? Mif'alun, mif'alun, mif'alatun, mif'alun, mif'alun, mif'alatun, mighfar, misbahun, mirwahatun. There are 3 words that I just put there for you so that you know what they are. So mighfar is used for helmet. Ghafara yaghfiru, ghafara yaghfiru, ghufranan, fahuwa ghafirun. Ever heard this word ghafirun? Surat al-Ghafir, right? Another name for Surat al-Ghafir? Anyone remembers? Because I'm forgetting now. I think Surat al-Ghafir is also called, Surat Ghafir is also Surat Mu'min. Very good job. Here we go. Yeah. So Ghafir is from family number 1 and Mu'min is from family number? Which family? Mu'min. Word Mu'minun. Four, right? It's a file from family number 4. So from غفر يغفر غفرانا فهو غافر, we are seeing ism ala that is spelled as mighfarun, and it means helmet. Misbahun. Anyone has seen this word in Quran? Yes, ayatul nur. So where is this word coming from? Isn't it an instrument? Misbah, the lamp. You do an action with it. You light up everything with it, right? Subh, from subh, right? So it has to do something with light, and lamp is an instrument that gives you light. Rauh is used for air. Okay. Rih, we have learned, riyahun, so many times this word in Quran, which means winds. So mirwahatun is a word that is used for fan. Everyone got it? So there are 3 ism alas, and which is ism ala means ala. It is used in Urdu as well. Ala is an instrument, right? Similarly, it's from Arabic. So, but how you will see? You will see here meme is with kasra. What is miftalun? Mif'alun. What is the meaning of mif'alun? Or mif'alun? Depending on what is there. These are all the names of the instruments. Mif'alun, mif'alun, mif'alatun. And depending on what is going to be there, what is going to be in those root letters, the instrument is going to be like that. Okay. It is just the spellings. Okay. What did I write here? Is some ala used for an action? Hmm? So these are all the names of the spellings for your instruments. These three: mif'alun, mif'alun, mif'alatun. These are all your tools you can use. Yeah, Sister Zarina, Jazakallah khair. This is another word you can use. Yeah, all the the tools with which you do an action are going to be spelled as mif'alun, mif'alun, or mif'alatun. Okay. Alhamdulillah. Now we have, Alhamdulillah, 8 minutes, and let's see if we can practice whatever we have learned on Quran. Okay. Are we all ready? Type 1 if you are, or type 2 if you are too tired. Okay. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Let's make use of these 8 minutes, inshallah. Okay. Now you have this word. I'm going to skip any irregular word. I'm going to focus on regular words. Yukazibu. Yukazibu. And we are focusing on surf. So remain on surf. Family number 2, Ainul Kalima, which is a second Kalima, is doubled up. There is no other option but Babe Taf'il is the right answer. Barakallahu feek. The next word I am going to give you is Yamna'una. Yamna'una. Think about number 1, which family? Family number 1. Then what is happening to the Ainul Kalima? Is it maftuha, maksura, or madmuma? 1, 2, or 3? It is mudari. Yes, it can be. Yamna'una, mana'a. Mana'a are the root letters. These are your root letters. Now tell me if it is maftuha, mamduda, or maksura. It has a fatha, right? Maftuha, right? So now when you have a ainul kalima maftuha, in your mudari, the two options are bab, sami'a, or bab, fataha, right? Sami'a or fataha, right? Everyone with me? Seen and fa. Now I'm going to, inshallah, tell you if your second root letter and third root letter are from harufe halkiya. If your second and third root letter are from harufe halkiya, that is a clue that your bab is bab fataha. Okay, that your word can be from fataha family. Okay, that is another clue, and I'm going to add it to the next session. I wanted to add it to the next session, but since now we are doing a word, so this word is from mana'a yamna'u. Its madin is mana'a. Now tell me, is it samia or fataha? Mana'a yamna'u. So it is from fataha. Barakallahu feek, my dear sisters. Okay, now let's see here. It's going to be very hard. Let's go to Surah Al-Baqarah because that's an easy one. Haruful halkiya, all the letters that come from your halq, your throat letters, my dear sisters, and these include hamza ha, ain ha, ghain kha. Okay, haruf halkiya, hamza ha, ain ha, ghain kha. Barakallahu feek, sisters. Sabira, really appreciate. Alhamdulillah. Okay, now let's just start from the very start. Okay, if I asked you alhamdu, alhamdu means praise. What does it word? Does this word look like ism file, maf'ul, or what does it look like? What do you think? Is it it's an ism. Everyone knows it's an ism, right? Number one is an ism. Now, number two question is it an idea? Is it a file? Is it a maf'ul? Is it a zarf? Is it a zarf? Is it a ala? What? It's an idea. And what is the word used for an idea? Give me a simple translation and how you have learned it now. Masdar is a word that we use for an idea, right? Can I say, does its masdar look like any masadir that I have taught you? Taf'ilan, if'alan, mufa'alatun, fi'alun, the ones that we have covered in our mazid fihi. Yes or no? No, it does not. Most of you are saying no. It does. We have not covered it. Can I put it in family one? Hamida, Yahmadu, Hamdan. Have you ever heard when we were little? We used to do lot. Used to hear this word a lot in our Urdu classes, in Islamiyat classes. Hamd, Hamdosana. So Hamdan, right? Hamdan. From Hamdan, this Urdu Hamdan is actually coming from Arabic. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So it is a masdar. You cannot call it file. You cannot call it maf'ul. You cannot call it noun of place or time. You are going to, it's an idea word. You are going to call it masdar. Okay. Now I'm going to give you this word, na'budu. Now this is an easy word. And I'm going to take you back to these masadir too. In family one, there is no fixed masdar. Okay. And we will but I taught you nasran, hamdan. So alhamdu, just make a word heavy and then try to see if Sama has taught us something like similar. So yeah. Okay. So that will help. Okay. Yes, and say the masdar and then see if it sounds something similar. So then, and also look at the translation as well. That this is just an idea. This is not, there is no meme there. So if there is no meme, what can be the origin? So I want to make use of this 1 minute. So nabudu, real quick. Ainul kalima madmuma. And this can be babe noon or babe kaf. But since the most common is babe noon, we can call it that this is from babe noon. However, scholars say this can be from both of them. Abada ya'budu means to worship. Abuda ya'budu means to enslave yourselves to someone. We enslave ourselves to you, Allah, only you. So it can be from both Babe Noon and Babe Kaf. Okay? When you come to Nasta'inu, the next word, Nasta'inu, family 1 or Mazid Fihi? Family number 10, Barakallahu Feek, Seen Ta, word extra. So we know this is Mazid Fihi and this is Mudare from Mazid Fihi. An'amta. An'amta. Family number 4. And what helped you decide that this is family 4? Hamzatul Qata, Barakallahu Feek, very well done. Al-Maghdoob. Al-Maghdoob. Al-Maf'ul. Al-Maf'ul. Isn't it? So, family 1, family 10, family 9, 8. Which family? Give me the name. Family. I need the family. I need to visit this family. So, family number 1, and this is Maf'ulun. Maf'ulun. Remember when we started our journey of Quran, when I started teaching you this course, I taught you the words, the signs of an ism. And if you go back to your slides from term 1, from the very first slides that I shared with you, you will see a sign of an ism. Among the signs of ism, you were taught a letter meme before the first root letter. This meme is very interesting. Keep that meme with you and see if it is maftuha, what does it mean? If it is madmuma, what does it mean? If it is maksura, what it means? There is different derivation, right? The same meme, if it is maftuha, most probably zarf from family number 1. If it's madmuma, ism fa'il, maf'ul, or zarf from family number 2 to or 13, family number 13. If it is maksura, it is probably ism ala, right? So with that, I will have to end the session. Subhanak Allahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put barakah in your amal and in your ilm. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Ameen wa yaqeen.